Today's topic for this video is what on earth is a reverse diet?
Welcome back to Fitness Empowerment by Danye, a brand dedicated to flexible nutrition, macronutrient tracking, and a lifestyle without unhealthy extremes.
I'm super excited to talk to you all about this because it's still something that's new, up and coming in the world of nutrition and dieting, and it's really something that doesn't have a ton of research done on it yet, which is why it's not very widely known. Little side note here, I am driving from my parents' house back to my house. I mean, it takes about 5 hours to get from my parents' house to my house, so instead of filming in my kitchen, I just have more time to do it while I'm driving. What is dieting? What do we think the baseline of a diet is? What does that even mean? It means we want to lose weight. More specifically, we want to lose fat. There's really not many people that think, oh, I want to lose some lean muscle mass. No, you want to lose fat. That's what most people want to do when they think I need to diet or my doctor's telling me to diet. They need to lose body fat, okay? What comes with dieting is usually increased energy expenditure. So get in the gym, doing more resistance training, and more cardio. More cardio is really where you see most people trying to get that diet piece honed in. They think I've got to eat less and do more cardio. There is a huge component to that. Yes, cardio is great, but it's not everything when it comes to dieting. Well, then is reverse dieting in reverse? Are you trying to put back on body fat if our goal was to lose body fat? Not necessarily. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Reverse dieting, or as Dr.Joe Klemczewski would say, metabolic building, is the process of increasing your calories over time. For some people this is slowly, and for some people this is not so slowly, where you are helping your metabolism and getting your hormones back in shape, getting your energy back in shape, mentally feeling better, and you're trying to minimize body fat gain. That's not to say that you're not going to gain some body fat, and again, for some people they do want to gain some body fat, just depending on where they are. But for most of us, if we're coming out of a dieting phase, especially in the bodybuilding world, we're trying to keep that lean muscle mass and minimize the fat mass gain. So reverse dieting, you're slowly adding in calories, or adding calories in over time in the proper proportions of macronutrients for your specific body type and your specific goals, so that you get your metabolism back in check, you can start eating more food, you can have more energy, you can mentally feel better, you can get your sleep back in check, you can get your hormones back in check, maintain more of that lean body mass or that body composition that you obtained while you're dieting. So that's in general what a reverse diet is. Now, who is a reverse diet ideal for? Well, in my case, I'm a bikini bodybuilder. This is an extreme sport, and I want to do this as a lifestyle. So I will do a reverse diet after a dieting season, or a season where I am prepping for a bodybuilding show. So if I've been dieting for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, after my last show or after a certain period of time, I know that my body's done. I'm done dieting. I'm done feeling like I have low energy. I'm done feeling like my hormones are not necessarily in check. I'm done feeling like I can't eat enough food. I'm done feeling hungry. There's just a lot of things that I just hit a point. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm ready to go into a reverse period. I'm ready to put on some more fat, honestly, sometimes, but for the most part, I'm ready to put some size on. I'm ready to go into a growth period, and I'm ready to put on some more muscle. Who else is this ideal for? If you have been someone who is yo-yo dieted, feeling like you've been dieting your whole life, or at least maybe for most of your adult life, and you are just not seeing the results you want to see, if you've done the Atkins, you've done the low carb, you've done the keto, you've done XYZ, paleo, I'm not like against any of these things necessarily. It will depend on you and your own body type and your own goals, but if you've done all of these different things and you just feel like you've been in that caloric deficit for an extreme amount of time and you're not getting anywhere and you've plateaued and you've lost your energy, for some of you females, potentially you've lost your menstrual cycle. There's just a lot of different factors. If you just feel like you've done it all, you are just burnt out, literally don't have any more time in the day to go to the gym anymore, you're already doing 2 or 3 classes a day, or you're doing several hours of cardio a day maybe, it might be that you need to reverse diet. Yes, this can be done without tracking calories or tracking macronutrients. I haven't done it before. I wouldn't recommend it, because if you really want specific results, you need to put in some specific amount of work. If this is you, if this sounds anything like you, if you feel like you're in the gym a couple hours a day, if you feel like you're doing hours of cardio a day and you're not eating any food and you're like, all I'm eating is vegetables and protein, oh my God, you're probably starving yourself. And I don't want to laugh but I'm like, I heard for you. I've been there purposely for my shows because I'm trying to reach this extreme level of leanness. It's not a fun place to be. I don't want you there. I don't want my clients there. And at some point, it's a really hard conversation to have with either yourself or with your coach. Maybe you need to have it with me and say, hey, your video, that sounded like me. I'm doing all of those things. I'm not seeing any results. I've been stuck in this place for years. What do I have to do? And this is a huge mental shift. You might be saying, you know what? I need to focus on me a little bit more in a different way. I might need to learn how to taper back on the cardio and maybe increase the calories a little bit. For my clients, I'm going to have you start tracking your calories and your macronutrients. I think it's extremely important that you understand what is in the food you're eating and whether or not you're eating the right proportions of macronutrients or your fats and carbs and proteins for you and for your body. So if you're not doing that already and you need to know somewhere to start, download the app, MyFitnessPal or another tracking app, start tracking. That's your most simple first step. Send me an email, shoot, Danye@thedietdoc.com. We'll talk about it. Here's just an example. Say you're eating 1,000 calories a day and say your proportions of macronutrients are you're pretty low protein and pretty high carb, pretty high fat. Or maybe you've just cut out carbs completely and you're only doing fats and proteins. We're gonna even those out and we're gonna slowly add in calories each week. You know, we're gonna make sure that we get you to a point protein-wise where you're eating maybe somewhere around 0.8 to 1.1 grams per pound of lean body mass, somewhere that's easily attainable for you and that it gets you to a point where that's consistent every day. We're going to slowly add in some carbs, maybe 5 to 10 grams a week, maybe 2 grams of fat a week. We're going to be strict on it. It's by no means easy, but is it harder to stay where you are, starving yourself or feeling like you're starving, doing hours of cardio, hours of weightlifting in the gym and not being happy with your results, being exhausted, not being able to have that mental capacity to do your job well or to be there to support your family? Or is it harder to maybe learn something new, learn something that's going to take a little bit of time to understand and to put some time and effort into, learn how to track your meals, learn what foods make you feel really good, learn what foods don't make you feel really good. Is that harder? That's a conversation you need to have with yourself. Maybe you decide that if this is not what you want, then maybe you're happy where you are, then that's fine too. That is in a nutshell what reverse dieting is essentially we're going to add in calories, we're going to boost your metabolism and make sure that you're building that metabolism back up. Maybe that's 3 months, maybe that's 6 months, maybe it's a year. And you need to be open to that. Sometimes it takes a really long time to get yourself back up to a state where you're happy and you're content, you're eating a healthy amount of food and you look great and you feel great. And I've seen clients that have lost weight while they've reversed, and I've seen clients that have maintained, and I've seen clients that have gained. You have to be open and prepared that any of these situations could happen. And this is not necessarily to say that because you've added in calories, you're losing weight. It's more so that because you've added in calories and now your body's out of this mode where it feels like it's starving itself. Maybe you're finally having enough energy to complete your workouts well or to give your body more sleep and your hormones are functioning better. All of these factors may help you lose weight. It's not a guarantee. By reverse dieting for a lengthy period of time and really getting that, just your metabolism built back up and all those extra factors, that is then going to enable you in the long run to be able to go into a proper dieting phase instead of dieting on nothing, which nobody wants to do. Comment below, please let me know if this is you, if you feel this way, or if you are currently dieting, or if you want to know how to go into a reverse diet after you finish your dieting phase and reach your goal, or if you feel like you've plateaued. Let me know what your situation is down below. I would love to chat with you about it and offer you any information and advice that I can. If you are in the local Shreveport, Bossier City area of Louisiana, I am hosting a 2-hour event on March 31st, and it's going to be held at Sleek Physique in Shreveport, Louisiana. Sleek Physique is a kind of a boutique fitness gym where they do these awesome classes and cardio workouts. I do personal training there and some nutrition coaching, but I'm going to do a 2-hour event. It's going to be 1 hour bodybuilding style workout and then a 1-hour nutrition seminar where you're going to get a post-workout meal. I'm going to explain what's important about the post-workout meal, and then we're going to talk about post-spring break nutrition, how to get back on track. And then since it's the Saturday before Easter Sunday, we're going to talk about how to mentally approach Easter or holiday meals so that you don't feel like you're going to go overboard and then again be off track of your diet or your lifestyle, your nutrition regimen, whatever you want to call it. So if you are interested in that, please email me, Danye@thedietdoc.com. I would love to see you there. Spaces are limited, so make sure that you register as soon as possible. Oh, it's $20 for members of Sleek Physique and $30 for non-members. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
Be empowered to make a change in your life and take the next step on your health and fitness journey.